Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Democratic Central. Yes, Central Committee. I apologize. Yes. But one thing I will say is it's important, no matter who is there, that we continue to work together and continue to keep the issues at the forefront as we move forward. As a unified voice across this county, from District 24 to 25, 26, the county council, as well as education. We know it takes all of us to get this done. We've heard the issues come forward. Now it's time we actually, after this, make some noise about it. Thank you all. I'm Ken Robertson, candidate for District 25. And I'm his professor.
We're all in this boat together. Let me point out one quick thing. That lady sitting over here on the back row, that is Pastor Vera Horton. That is Bishop Horton's wife, and her mother sitting beside her. And I won't tell a lady's age, but if you want to know, you can ask them. Okay, let's see. Redwood, come on down. All right. And also, as you're mixing and mingling, sitting back here on the back row is Delegate Angel's father. Delegate Angel. Okay. All right.
Good evening. I am Jamila Woods. I'm candidate for Maryland State Senate Legislative District 26. I am unapologetically a woman of faith. I love the Lord. He has saved me. I'm a pastor of a church in Charles County, Maryland. People ask me, why do I think I'm qualified to run for office? They say, what makes you think that you could represent us? And I often tell them, because I am you. I'm the daughter of a Montfort Point Marine. I was adopted into a family. I know a lot about struggle. I know a lot about inappropriate relationships. I know a lot about trauma, because I've been there, done that. All right. I tell people I've been doing social justice work for well over 20 years now. I liken myself as a community activist as one of those people who's been at the bottom of the river, Remy. I've been pulling bodies out. I've been nursing some of them back to health. I've been helping stabilize some of them, and others of them I've been burying. The time comes when you got to go upstream and recognize that you got to be the one to make the difference, to make sure that bodies aren't going in the river in the first place. And so all of you have spoken. I've been amening a lot of what you said. We've talked about education. We talked about healthcare. One of the things that I want to outline at the top of my platform is mental health, because a lot of the challenges that we are dealing with in our county and in our state are a direct result of the pathologies that have taken place as a result of mental health, the lack of services, and the stigma that takes place in our county and in our state that prevents people. And y'all know those of us, you can't say amen, say ouch. You can't say ouch, say boom shakalaka. That prevents us from going out and get the mental health services that help us. We have children who are struggling in our schools because their needs are not being met. We're disciplining them. We have people who we're triaging through the penal system because they have mental health challenges that are not being addressed. And so that's one of the things at the top of my platform. You all have talked about the other things. The other thing that I want to talk about, I'm running for a state position, is that we have got to talk about renewable energy in this state. We have got to talk about the things that are killing our residents, the toxins, the things that we're putting in our schools, around our schools with the cell phone towers. Does somebody know there's a lot that's going on in our state that's making us sick? Am I right about it? Right. And so that's another area that's very important to me. I've been doing this work, as I said, for many years. My background was political science, sociology. I have a Master of Divinity. I have a Master of Social Work. I'm a certified mental health specialist, certified domestic violence specialist, certified anger management specialist, certified mental health first aid specialist. It's time for me now to take all of those things and go upstream and help to write legislation and make a difference. One of the other things I really want to point out that Everett, my good brother Everett, said, and that is that we have got to bring the people together and unify the people in our county and in our state. I think that was you that said it, that we've got to come back over after the first 90 days that we're in office and talk about how we're going to bring our people together, how we're going to leverage wealth. Let me tell you something. I don't ask people to do something I don't do. I live in this county. My kids go to school in this county. I shop in this county. I support businesses in this county. You understand? My time is up. Keep on going one more. I'm a mother. I have a heart for people. It's been my life's work. It has been my life's work, and it is my life's commitment. I'm Jamila Woods. I'm running for Maryland State Senate. Let me tell y'all, the senators have already met. Y'all know there's politics and there's politics. So the people have met, and people have made their decisions and said, this is who you should support, and these are the slates we're going to put together. Listen, if you want to see something different, you got to do something different. If you're sick and tired, I heard somebody say, of where we're going, you got a lot of people that don't know where you're going. Let me know. Any road will get you there. If you want to see something different, people, we got to do something different.
I know where you're coming from. I've been gerrymandered out of my district.
You understand?
Because I wanted to run for a certain office.
And they literally will do that to you, won't they?
It was literally done.
They'll literally move.
And I didn't see people stand up and say injustice was performed on him because he was gerrymandered out because of certain reasons.
That's right.
It's about keeping certain people in office. It's about keeping the power base where it is so that certain people will prosper. And when certain people prosper, somebody's got to lose. Remember that song? Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Unity will bring us together so that we make sure that we don't continue to lose leadership in the districts where we live.
And don't be bored by a hot dog or hamburger. Say that again. Say it again. Don't be bored by a hot dog
or a hamburger.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, then we on with mambo sauce on it. Okay, BJ. And then we're going over here to Tommy. Okay.
I love it.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Man, I want to first start off by saying thank you to Bishop Horton and Dr. Judah for allowing us to be here month after month after month, even when it's not election time. So thank you for that. I am BJ Page. I am running for County Council for District 7. I'm excited to be here. I am a man of God, a husband, father of 2 teenagers. They almost gone. I'm excited about that. But most importantly, I am a child of District 7. My first school was Doswell E. Brooks in Capitol Heights. First house, well, apartment, was Pinewood Chase. That tells you who's really from around here now. But at some point in my life, I realized that everything that I do in the community, which is my nonprofit Boys with Bow Ties, youth advisor for the NAACP, youth business consultant for Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation, president for Central High School PTSA. I realized that at some point I had to make that turn. That turn was not just a turn to say what's next, because I'm gonna say that I'm gonna continue to do what I've already done, and that's bring the community together, be the voice for the community, but be the voice for the unspoken voice. And if you know District 7 like I know District 7, there's thousands of unspoken voices, and not by choice. It was designed that way, starting with county council, years and years put on. I'm not going to make it an undisclosed conversation when I say that it's not an accident that it was put that way year after year after year, especially for District 7. It's 10,000 people in a 4 to 5 mile radius that don't speak because you don't listen. I'm going to be that person that speak for them as we come to election on June 26th. 4 quick things that we're going to push on. Like I said, continue to do what we've already done. That's first, returning citizens. It's a fact that every person in here has been affected either directly or first person directly with returning citizens. We can't deny it. It's just a true fact. The second thing is age with dignity. We talked about the senior program. What Dr. Miller spoke on was exactly that, age with dignity. It's coming straight from DC. They've done it, and we're always 10 years behind. The third thing is youth programs. That's my forte. I deal with the youth every day, constantly. And the last and final thing is real jobs. I work for Economic Development Corporation. I train youth ages 18 to 24 on career opportunities and job placement. And trades are the number one thing that I'm pushing. So everything that we need to do in District 7 specifically, and I'm gonna stay as humble as I can, but only talk about District 7, I've already done. And if I have your support, we'll continue to do it together. My campaign slogan is "We All One," and let's do it. BJ Page, District 7 County Council. Oh, I forgot one thing. That's funny. Air Force veteran. Doc wasn't gonna let me leave without saying that.
Okay, Mr. Michaela. And before you leave, you've got to hear the presentation about Miss Sandy Pruitt. I specifically asked her to come in here and talk about a matter of grave importance taking place in our county. Okay?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tommy Macula. You can, if you want to see the spelling of the name, you can grab one of my cards. So I am. I think I have probably the distinction of being the only person here who can say that I can just actually make a lot of change just by being elected. It would be a huge change when you talk about status quo. My race is pretty important. I am running for state senate in District 27. And those who don't know all the districts, what's what, District 27 is the district with Mike Miller. So I am running against Mike Miller in the primary. And you don't even have to know my name because I'm the guy whose name is not Miller. So that's how you know it. So first of all, it's just a little bit about myself. So I live in Accokeek. I am a community activist type. I was HOA president. I'm still on my HOA's board. Stepped down from the presidency to do this. I was PTA president. I was on the PTA board for several years at Accokeek Academy when my son was attending there. He's now at Occidental High School. And so I'm definitely very involved in the community. That's my background. Then the name, where we come from, I was actually born and raised in Finland. So I come to New York City, Iowa, to Maryland. So I've seen different places, and I love the fact that we have people who've been here all their lives, the natives. I can't make that claim, but I think if we want to have vibrant politics and maybe get some new ideas as well, maybe we do need people who have also seen other places. So that's my pitch for and my excuse for not being a native Prince George's resident. When it comes to issues, so it is interesting that I'm a good one of my big things is good governance. I'm a good governance activist. To me, it's all about doing the right thing. We live in a democracy, so we should do the right thing when it comes to governance. And so it was quite lucky for me when my wife and I decided to buy our home that it happened to land in District 27. Because I think this is where I see the biggest difference when it comes to issues. And when we talk about the status quo and a lot of the problems in this county, a lot of it really boils down to it. I'll be very frank. We stand there and say, no, to be frank, we say how it is. There is a state senator who lives in Calvert County who calls all the shots in Prince George's County. And that is absolutely wrong. The slates and the sample ballots are the biggest tool that the establishment has. That's how they dictate who gets into elected office. That is simply wrong. And the one thing I promise I will never do if I'm elected, I will never form a slate or sample ballot. We need to change the political culture. People need to, if I'm state senator, the Board of Education members, the delegates, everybody else, they need to run on their own merits. I'm going to run for state senate. I want to be a senator. The other people need to run on their own merits, not because they know me or somebody else in the establishment. So that is the big change that I want to establish, that we need to get really just a different political culture. That is a big thing. Another thing then, my second priority issue is because I've been very involved with the schools. Ms. Williams and I have spent countless hours together talking about school stuff because I live in District 9. And so that's a big thing for me. And there, I am strongly believe that we need to return to an all-elected board. We need to have school leadership that is accountable to the people. That we've seen that the appointed people, they are not as responsive, they are not accountable to us, and that makes a big difference because I'm one of those people who goes to the Board of Education meetings and testifies, and so that is that I see the difference and if we want to make change, our school leadership needs to be accountable to us, and otherwise also just for me when it comes to schools, I think there is room for new ideas. It's not all about money. We do need to spend money, but we need to spend it wisely. But then it's also about a lot of